Namaste. Namaste. Namastizzle. Greetings, peace, and many blessings. Shalom. Waza. What's going on, people? And happy Thursday. Magick here. Hopefully, as the week comes to a close, y'all are having a great week. Okay. What's going on? I'd like to continue everything I was talking about on Tuesday about the level of mind control and programming that's still going on, you know. Give me 1 second here. I'm looking for something. Wanted to open up with a specific video. Let's see. Give me 1 second. What's going on, Donna? Hey, amazingly, greetings, namaste, peace, brother Moore. What's up? So Tuesday, I was talking about when it kind of went in on the whole mind control programming thing, right? I just wanted to continue with that because there's so much going on still. It's at a level that's just overpowering. I don't want to say overwhelming, but just overpowering these days. Give me 1 second. You see what y'all talking about in the chat. Love, peace, and power, brother Konami. What's up? All right, so let's go. Let's hear from someone we are already familiar with. Okay. I want to give you a brief history. This is how far back this goes. Okay.
When we leave here, you're going to have your queen do a sexual energy, organic energy dance ritual. And you're going to reward her with a vaginal massage. Now, your brothers that know me saw me selling the tape for months. Vaginal massage. All right. Let's get into the lecture.
Vaginal massage, y'all. Uninhibited when it comes to
now, there's so much information dealing with mind control and programming that I had to write this stuff down. I want you to get this information because it is very, very important. You see a lot of shit going on that's unexplainable to the naked eye, to the psyche of many people. And they're imprinting messages all over the place in carrier waves. So I'm going to start with the history of mind control. The history of mind control. Marco Polo in 1298 went to Persia
1298
and visited the Moors. There was a man in Persia, a Moor in Persia, named Alauddin. Alauddin, who a European later copied the last name called Houdini. 1298. In Persia, which is today modern-day Iran. Alauddin was the leader of a group of people called the Hashashin. If any Moors in here, you know that Hashashin means assassins, which we're going to get into later on, because there are teams of black women called the Black Angels, teamed up in 3 who are assassins. Remember what happened to Jam Master Jay. Go see the movie Charlie's Angels. Just because they're white, it throws you off. You can't get the science because they put a white face up in there. Forget about the white face. Everything they learn is from you. Charlie's Angels is a team of black assassins who learned the science that was taught way back in 1298 by the Assassins. As a matter of fact, I got slides of this. So we're talking about something that's more ancient than we perceive. And I can take you further back, but I want to start here because the Romans, go see what's the Passion of Christ? That is a torture ritual dealing with mind control. Now, Alauddin would go to these villages, these communities, and what he would do is he would get young boys between the age of, say, 11 and 17. And they would come into their house at night while they were asleep and drug them and take them to these mountain hideouts. And at these mountain hideouts, what would happen is they would treat them nice, give them food, women, all these wonderful things that most of us want. And they would say, look, as time went on, they would say, you got to go back to earth. You're in heaven. You got to go back to earth. And when you go back to earth, we're going to send a messenger to give you a message so that you can do what we tell you to do. And that's where you get the science of the prophets in the Bible. And they would take these particular children, drug them again, and take them back to their homes. And when they took them back to their homes, they would send a person to them and trigger them or tell them what they need to do, and the child would get up and go kill somebody or whatever they had to do, assassinate. That's what they were, they're assassins. This is where the science is coming from. Now, of course, it's much more ancient than that. Did I show that one?
No.
Young boys, they take them up to these mountain hideouts. We're talking about the history of mind control. The history.
Please pay attention.
Now, I have to give you this so before I get into programming. These are some of the slides. Now, this is from a book, a very rare book called The Secret Museum of Mankind. And in here, they got all these hidden pictures of different things that went on all around the world with mind control and history. And these are some of the pictures that I'm showing you now. Now, they have different forms of mind control we're going to get into. Of programming. And you got to ask yourself why, first of all, why in the hell would you want to mind control and program somebody? What's the deal with that? Well, if I was with the Illuminati, to get people to do what I want them to do for this so-called New World Order, if I had a plan and I want to get that plan across, I have to, because tanks, you got to understand something. Tanks, guns, and bullets cannot control the whole world. If China decided they wanted to walk across America and take over America, guns and tanks and bullets and shit won't stop them. So what do you need? Mind control. What's stopping you from rising up after all the shit you've been through? What's stopping you from rising up and kicking their ass? Is it guns? Those marches on, what were they, on Penn Station? Those marches on Penn Station, they could have had all the fucking guns they want. That shit would have done them no fucking good. Why? How many of us saw the trucks with the radio transmission beams on top of those trucks they were ready to use on those crowds. They used them in Iraq. They used them in Iraq. I think it was the first Gulf War when the Iraqis were in these underground places. And they had these helicopters, they beamed out these sound waves, and all the Iraqis came up and surrendered. The ones who didn't surrender, they buried them, crushed them and buried them alive. Thousands of them.
Alive, y'all. Alive. Here, he went back to the 1200s with this mind control. That's how far back it goes, you know. One live, I said, how do you fight against a system in place that's like this if most of the melanated people fight for them? It's mind control. This is why you have celebrities. They are there to help mind control, okay? They have to show you universal law, everything they do. Stranger Things, about the Montauk Project. A Clockwork Orange, Stanley Kubrick, who did the movie Eyes Wide Shut, The Shining, and a couple other movies. All his movies are deep. You know what I'm saying? So, like he just said, what's stopping the melanated mass of people from rising up and just knocking all this shit over? Okay? Because most of them will fight you for wanting to tear this shit down. How else do you explain this? Do you know that you are also programmed to not do magic and not believe in it? I've been doing this for a long time, okay? I believe people are fascinated with the subject, but as far as actually practicing and putting in work, very few people. You know what I'm saying? How is it? I've been on here almost 10 years, all right? 10 years. I put out some of the most simple things that people can put in place. I can count on one hand how many people actually have come to me and say, hey, I did that ritual, it worked. You know what I'm saying? This is another reason I shut down my Facebook group. Not enough people were invested in, okay? People talk a whole bunch of shit, but when it comes down to it, no, I'm not convinced. You know what I'm saying? So back in your mind, that subconscious programming, oh, it's not gonna work. I have given out so much free shit. All you have to do is go to any of my videos. I always had a goal in mind to make every single video pregnant with information. You know what I mean? I give out some of the most simple things where you don't need tools. You don't know no tools at all. And people will always find an excuse. Oh, I'm waiting for this day. Oh, I'm waiting for the equinox. Oh, I'm waiting for this particular day. Or no, not this. No, I've given out certain things I've given out here. Don't need any special other things. No special days, no special hours, no special planetary alignment, none of that shit, you know? And people still do not do it. I've seen this over and over and over again, okay? Check out A Clockwork Orange, though, all right? I have a DVD that's called Mind Control Torture that shows the various techniques of how they I don't want to say punish, but how they program people. The shit is off the chain. You know what I'm saying? It is off the chain. Where are we? What's up, a little lamb? What's up, Nate the Great? A prime example, prize of the Fugees, our own people. Can you elaborate on that, Brother Moore? In fighting and upholding Christianity and white religions. Absolutely. What's going on, Brother Ron? And man, fam, I've seen a multiple of people calling stuff evil recently. Yeah. Our folks are scared of our own magic. I hope this changes fast. You know what I'm saying? I've been hoping for a long time that this changes. Okay. I wish people were more honest about their fears. You know what I'm saying? People still fear this stuff, especially if something happens right away. Deprogramming takes a very long time, a very long time. I am still amazed sometimes when one of my rituals happens real fast. I'm still amazed at it. You know what I'm saying? After all this time, I'm still like, oh shit. So again, the celebrities, they're a major part of programming the masses. Me and the missus on Friday nights, we have a black exploitation night. That's our Friday night movie. And she makes lemon pepper wings. That's our wing and black exploitation movie night. I'm not sure if it was last week or the week before. I finally watched They Clone Tyrone. They made it obvious, y'all. They make it in the form of entertainment so that you think they just being funny, okay? About how they put shit in the products, in the chicken, you know what I'm saying? Underground tunnels, clones, stuff that myself and other people have been saying for years. This is also, when they put out a movie like that, this is also a ritual mocking of the masses. That movie, They Clone Tyrone, should have been called Undercover Brother 2. Same thing. Damn near the same movie. But again, that's a ritual mocking of the masses. We're also the only race of people on this planet taught that our ancestors are demonic and not to honor them and venerate them, while every other culture does it and praises it. Exactly. Shit, I have. I've used some of your offered spells. Okay, that's what's up. What's going on, Jamie Haynes? Father Shango and Mother Oshun helped me get a new job and has protected me from different cults who were attacking me and has given me the help I needed. Glad to hear that, Jamie. Very glad to hear that. What's going on? Peace and blessings, Caribbean Grimoire. You know what? Ron and it correct. Thanks for that correction. They did make an Undercover Brother 2. They should have called this Undercover Brother 3. They should have did that. I mean, all the stuff, and now then you have people in the conscious community trying to break down. The movie doesn't, it's already broken down. It doesn't need to be broken down. You know what I mean? Oh, did you see? Yeah, because now they're putting in stuff in the chicken. What the hell do y'all think Chicken Wars was about 3 years ago? And they still doing this shit. They still doing it in the food. Why? Because nothing changes. Nothing, absolutely nothing changes. Putting shit in chicken. Hair products. Sisters, they were telling y'all in They Clone Tyrone. There's nothing to break down in They Clone Tyrone. There's nothing to break down. They put it right in your face. But I like how now all of a sudden, all these people are conscious all of a sudden. And I'm like, Dora pause. Ritual mocking, y'all. Ritual mocking. What's going on, Empress KK? They just now stopped decoding that damn movie. There's nothing to decode, though. There's nothing to decode. It's already decoded. You know what I mean? Yeah, I see a lot of Christians and people who know nothing about the occult breaking down movies in 5 seconds on YouTube. Everyone suddenly knows the occult now because they Google. Right. Now, everybody, like I said, myself, Brother Konami, and other people have been saying this shit forever. Okay. And this is another reason why I'm trying to put out as much information from Azazel Bay as possible. They have already forgotten about this man. I guarantee you, I am the only one talking about him. All right. Serious Times Media, they put out his information, but other than that, a couple people, honored him or whatever. But when he was alive, how many people had him on their show? Besides myself, the Galactic Talk, I think that's it. You know what I mean? I think that's it. The sister that I was telling y'all about, Hidden History, she is so on point. I had to warn her though. I said, look, if you're going to do it, right? Don't look for any kind of glory from this. Don't look for no fame, none of that. Do it because you want the people to know. Don't try and get famous off this. Trust me. Because I understood where she was coming from when she was saying that nobody shares her videos and they don't like her stuff. And I was like, you're going to have to do it anyway. You know what I mean? So she did a video that I want to share with y'all. The girl, I'm sorry, I shouldn't disrespect her. She's not a girl. She's a young woman, but she got a head on her shoulders. Okay. I promised her. I said, keep putting stuff out. I'll keep sharing on my channel.
Pandemic will be caused by an STD. Well, at least that will be the official narrative, okay? This is why they keep promoting these mediocre, unattractive female rappers that only rap about peaches and eggplants. They want people who have no individual thought to go out here and just have sex with any and everyone, okay? They know that within music, there are spells, okay? The English language is a bastard language, and one word can have 5 other meanings, okay? So this is why the English language is the best language to use to put hexes on people next to Latin and Spanish, okay? From adolescence to adulthood, Americans have been enchanted with spells, okay? The Bible, all these holy books are full of spells that pretty much make your mind go into a trance. Same with what we learn in school. A lot of the history we was taught in school and the science was created to pretty much destroy us, okay? The sciences we're being taught, the biology and everything about our bodies that we are being taught in school actually destroys us. Like we are not being taught properly about what our mitochondria is made of. All of these pharmaceuticals are made to destroy us and rot our brains, literally. It's so much. Like, we are all put under spells, okay? And music is a #1 way on how the elites put a spell over us, okay? Music is used to enchant people, okay? And all music is spells. It made our music to where, the frequency is not even set on a natural frequency or a natural tone. It's at 440 hertz when our music is supposed to be at 432, okay? They changed it to 440 in 1920 or 1930, okay? They're putting dark magic over us when we listen to these low vibrational songs, okay? And they are promoting nasty artists like Sexy Red on an app that has mainly children on it. You guys should know there's an agenda behind why they are promoting Sexy Red. Like, there are no other female rappers out here that's actually spitting bars, that's actually telling stories in their songs. Like, there are thousands of freaking rappers out here that look better than Gorilla, Sexy Red, Scarlett, that should be promoted, but they're not. One, I mean, BK the Ruler, she's pretty great. Okay, yeah. Some will say, oh yeah, she's LGBTQ, whatever, but she is actually positive. Okay, her music, yeah, she got some dark wave music, but she got some good, actual high vibrational dance tracks. Like music you can actually get down and twerk and dance to, like, you know, be happy up in the club, not be, you know, she got music to where you can be happy, okay, not thinking about shooting people, okay. We need music that we can get down and boogie to in the club and not have the thought of shooting people in our minds, okay. Like, but the powers that be only want us listening to low vibrational people who rap only about or sing only about having sex, spreading diseases, spreading parasites, and artists that make you think about killing the next indigenous person. But I Scarlett, I have a video breaking this down, like a whole 30-minute video with receipts. I'm showing how I came to this conclusion on the next pandemic being caused by an STD that will cause the zombie apocalypse, literally, because since y'all got these experimental things injected into you, your mitochondria is probably breaking down like daily. So as soon as they get these towers to the right frequency, like the frequency to where those nanobots in your body are activated, a lot of y'all will start having reactions to where your skin will start peeling off in chunks, and you know, you will have a lot of reactions down here.
So I'm gonna stop real quick and say she's talking about an actual real live zombie apocalypse. Okay, American Hidden History. Go check her out, share and subscribe. The sister knows what she's talking about. She is trying to warn people. She is like how I was at that age. I was desperately trying to wake people up, and it gets frustrating because niggas don't listen. Okay, so I wanted to answer a question that I seen in the chat also. I wouldn't say Sukihana is unattractive. She's pretty, but her personality is terrible. Is she pretty though? Is she? Without the makeup and the fake everything, is she pretty? I happen to think Cardi B is not great at all. You know, her makeup makes her look great. I honestly, she looks like a slow, retarded person to me. I'm not saying that just to be hating. You know, I hate that fucking word, but that's what she's always looked like to me. You know what I'm saying? And this is what this sister is talking about. These rappers who they're not rappers. They're not even talking about nothing. You know, talking about the color of her vagina and her booty. How is that rapping? You know what I'm saying? Just disgusting stuff. And Sukihana said she was disgusting. She said, I'm a disgusting person. She said it out her own mouth. Okay? She said she sold her soul. She needs to do this to keep her back. She actually told people. We went into that last live. I don't want to keep doing that. But so Caribbean Grimoire asks, why you think Brother Azazel got no respect in the conscious community, and he is from the time of the Grand Masters, Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine, C. Fremont? That is a great question. It's an excellent question. I think Azazel got too galactic for people. When you talk about aliens and other planets, you know what I mean? Niggas will automatically switch off when they hear that stuff, okay? American Horror Story, one of my favorite shows. People skipped season 10 because it was talking about aliens. People say that M. Night Shyamalan's movies, The Sixth Sense, not The Sixth Sense, Signs, they down that movie. Anything that has to do with, don't y'all think it's mighty funny that they down anything having to do with aliens? And now the government is constantly now putting all this alien shit out. Don't you think that's mighty funny that how that happened? Okay. Cardi B isn't black, but I said Cardi B because she's a rapper who has an agenda to do, and she's not great looking. People think she's fine. I'm like, you know, Suki is pretty to me. Okay, she's pretty to you, Donna. I got you. She's pretty. Okay. But back to Azazel, he just spoke truth, and people don't want to hear the truth. Not his kind of truth. He went beyond Bobby. All right. Bobby's very entertaining. Okay. I said this before. Bobby's very entertaining. Okay. Azazel is going to give you the truth whether you want it or not. Okay. So you can take it or leave it. Okay. Virgo shit. That's the reason I think. Okay. Plus, people are not going to spend the kind of money he was asking for his lectures. One of his lectures is $111. Okay. One of his classic lectures cost that much. Me personally, I thought all of them was worth it. They're all worth it. Like Vampire Magic, Shadow Magic, Cinderella, all those are worth it. Even this one, the clip I showed you earlier, Psychic Energy 911, nonstop information, the history of mind control. Okay? Mind control. That's my personal opinion. I know he didn't care about fame and fortune. I know he didn't care about his popularity. Me personally, I would like to see him be more acknowledged than he has been for all the information he's put out. The newest rapper who looks pretty to me is Megan Thee Stallion. The rest of them look okay. Okay. He was too real. He wrote his own books. He didn't ask for, need, or seek outside validation. He only sought to teach and improve his realm that doesn't get proper respect to this day. Very well said. Thank you. Cardi looks kind of cute. The rest are basic looking. Megan looks the same even without Mel. Megan Thee Stallion is a dude. But okay, y'all like these rappers. All right, got it. Because they claim to have remains of the alien in Mexico that they showed, but now NASA and everyone's saying aliens aren't a thing. Huh. All right. So anyway, okay, y'all like some of these rappers. I get it. Okay. But she has a point. Why are they making the most unattractive? I mean, these people are unattractive. Their personalities are unattractive. Okay, even if y'all think they cute with or without makeup. Okay. Ice Spice, seriously? Okay, whatever floats.
So people will assume that, yeah, it's caused by an STD, but, you know, it will cause your whole body to start breaking down. It's going to be the so-called worst STD known to man, okay? And it's going to be called the zombie disease. I made this video like months ago explaining how the next pandemic will be caused by a so-called STD. I released it on my like page, but not too many people saw it, so I removed it, and I'm not going to re-release it until I get a large following, because I put a lot of time and energy in that video, and I'm not going to put it out here for it not to be seen, and I won't get any credit, you know, for my research. Okay? But yeah, the next pandemic will be caused by a so-called STD. Okay? This is why they are doing this. This is why they are promoting these female rappers that have no talent whatsoever. Have no talent. And they're ugly as shit. Okay? It's crazy how people can't see the agenda but claim they are woke. Okay? But this is why they keep Sexy Red in the algorithm. They keep Sukihana in the algorithm. They want people to be programmed to the point where they are just out here just having relations with any and everybody, you know, not thinking about the things they could catch. Raw Dog Queen, you know, she calls herself, got y'all thinking, oh, it's cool to just go out here and, you know, lay down with anybody without a rubber, knowing that people actually are carrying parasites and passing parasites to one another. Yeah, but anyways, this next pandemic, this so-called STD will be passed from skin to skin contact, from saliva, particulates, and, you know, blood. So yeah, they'll even go as far as saying this STD is airborne, okay, to keep us in the house and not touching each other or touching things that the last person touched and all that. This is how they're going to get rid of money completely, paper money completely, with this next pandemic. I just wanted to bring this to everybody's attention. We're being lied to, and the elites are promoting these nasty individuals because they want everyone to be overly sexualized and just out here just fucking around like animals. Just disgusting, okay? Passing around these diseases and parasites, okay? That is her whole agenda, is to have y'all out here just fucking around like like animals. But please like and share my video and get this message out there, okay? This is why they are promoting people like Sexy Red. And
all right, so that's pretty much the end of the video, and she actually puts out information that gets her taken down off YouTube. Some of the stuff that she says, she has had to create new content, put it on BitChute, you know, and other platforms. All right. What are y'all talking about here? Mass extinction by 2070? They say by 2050, this place is going to look like, and this is prophecy too, this place is going to look like an apocalyptic wasteland. So by 2070, yeah. Megan isn't a man. I said what I said. You know, every black woman in media is a man. No, that's not why I'm saying. I don't say anything else that everybody else said. I actually do research, but we're not going to talk about that. Okay, you believe what you believe. That's part of the psych op. I had a download on it. Best way to make people not believe is to put the info out there blatantly, because the program is real with our people. Absolutely. I dig Brother Azazel Works. He has a DVD, don't remember the name, but he explained homosexualities and his cures. He dropped a lot of secrets in that video. I would love to know the name of that one. I think the lady preaching the word is beautiful. Peace and wholeness. I don't know how to say that. Olathe Tayan. I know who you are, but yeah, it's been taken down. Yeah, it has been taken down. She stayed getting like shadow banned, and you know what I mean? But I tried to encourage this sister, keep doing what you're doing. If you build it, they will come. Okay. I can see that when I look for a video, it gave me an error when searching for her channel. Yeah. Let me go to her channel so y'all can get the link. This is her channel that I can put here for y'all. That's her channel, her YouTube. She just got started. I'm trying to help her, you know, get out there. By 2070, I believe they're going to have rich people and white people off the planet. I think they're running to move on from Earth. If you, Donna, if you look at the video that me and Azazel Bey did, the first one, he explains that. He said they are conquering other planets. He actually says it. Either one, either the first one or the second one. He explains that. He explains it in a lot of his stuff. But again, his information is not passed out. His information has been buried. And I think it's a crying criminal shame that this has happened to this man. Couldn't get his flowers while he was here, even now when he's gone. What's up, Christopher Loney? A screen name, Indigo Kanaya. You have to keep our offspring safe. Yes, subscribe to her, y'all. So show her some support. She has gotten very frustrated with this. And I said, it's gonna happen. Negroes are the hardest audience to convince of anything. It's a lot of gems in that video. I had to come back to it. We have to put out a lot of spiritual work into our bloodline. Mind control. People still are in the Christian mindset. Okay. Let me show you something else this man has said. Let's go to this.
There's somewhere here in the bloodline.
The bloodlines of the Illuminati.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Now, people who are not susceptible to programming, specific programming, are usually killed. White people with blonde eyes, blonde hair and blue eyes, and white people with red hair and green eyes are more easily programmed than black people. Understand that? And so, this is where racism comes in. We ain't racist. We don't give a fuck. They're racist. They can't propagate that shit on you. You don't give a fuck about it. You don't listen to nobody. You see? You have to program white people that way. Not black. I don't give a fuck. You could beat a nigga down in the street by 20 cops. He might get some revenge, but later on, I don't fuck that nigga. I don't give a fuck. You know? I'm serious.
What he's saying, y'all, is that our attention span, that's what he's saying. You know, we get over it quick, okay? He's not being racist by saying this, all right? And what he's saying is that, and I've said it myself, I said the average Caucasian is not powerful. You know what I'm saying? I said there's someone behind the scenes controlling everything. I said the races are not who you think they are. I've said this before, okay? A perfect example. Y'all remember Eric Garner? Y'all remember Eric Garner who got choked out? Can I get a hell yeah, a yes, something, anything? Where y'all at? Join the party. The Ronin Experience, a shadow banned to oblivion. Check out the Ronin Experience, y'all. That's a great show. Every Friday. I try to make it every time. He's another one. Y'all should join. You know, and most folks are simple-minded. Exactly. The only way you can get more black people to lead a church and go into ancestral practice when they see more non-people, black people. Exactly. Yeah. Still missing the shadow and inverse effects. Yeah. For the cigarettes. Yeah. Yeah. Right in front of the store. Yeah. All right. So let me tell this story real quick, and then I'm gonna go back to this video. Remember how his wife acted? She was saying, hell no, I ain't forgiving him, nothing, blah, blah, blah. You know, she want justice and all this. I bullshit you not. It has been since taken down. I saw a video of her a few weeks later, makeup, hair weaved, and said he wasn't shit. She's like, oh, he ain't do nothing. I mean, that video was up for a day. I promise y'all, I did not imagine this. She said that, his widow, okay? She was at the news conference, ready to cuss at people and acting, you know, mad about her husband and everything. And then about a week later, she was on it. Like I said, she had her hair done. She was done up. I was like, God damn, it done got to her that fast. She said he wasn't shit, basically. That's it.
is because black people are not as easily susceptible to programming as whites. You got a few here and there, sleepers and all like that, but those are specific programs. Doing generally right here. That's why when you go down to the march, it was mostly white folks. And by the way, I think it was on the first or the second day, I don't know which day, but they arrested all those protesters. They all had money, they all got out of jail except for one 17-year-old boy. Sitting up in the fucking jailhouse. All the motherfuckers he done marched with got millions of dollars and they ain't get his ass out, let him sit there. Just to show your ass about that marching shit. We're gonna get into that. We're not here to step on any toes or anything like that. What I want you to understand is what's going on in your reality. And because if you don't understand it, you're going to be susceptible to it. And it's going to fuck you up. The white boy's coming down with some wild shit. So understand that. Now, let's deal with some numbers here. I got so much information here. I hope we can give you all the best of it. Vital stuff. Earth has about 6.3 billion people on it.
Listen to this part, y'all.
About, approximately. Out of that 6.3 billion people, 1 to 2% are specifically programmed. That means 63 to 200 million people are programmed specifically. What I mean is, they have programs in them that are triggered, and they go out and do killings. Just the other day, you see a brother shot 2 cops. What does that generate? What's going on there? What about Russia? What the fuck is Russia talking about fighting against terrorism when that's the most locked down fucking country in the world? That's some American Illuminati shit. The Romanov family, that was a major ritual. And yesterday they had a child on the cover saying, oh, he made it. He survived. Why? You'll understand that when we get to the child programming. 6.3 billion people with 63 to 200 million of them specifically programmed. In the United States, USA, 280 million people, about. Out of that 280 million people, 4 to 5% are specifically programmed. Meaning that in America, right here, you have 14 million specifically programmed sleepers.
Million.
By the way, does anyone in here feel that they are programmed or under mind control? You should, because we all are. Generally speaking. Generally speaking. If at any moment, I have to stop and say this, if at any moment you feel like you want to throw up, or you feel dizzy, or anything out of the norm, please raise your hand and let me know. I'm serious.
That is a lot of people to be programmed. And so I pose the question again, how do you fight against that when there's that many people? You know what I mean? That many people. The problem, too many of us try to be the better white people. Ain't nothing good about them. But too many of us are trained to want to do what they do to gain their respect. That's a great point. It's a very great point. I avoid the alien info for a while, even though I had dreams and visions of my life on other worlds. Now I've come full circle back home. It sounds far-fetched, okay? All this information sounds far-fetched. The fact that beyond Antarctica, there are other worlds. Dinosaurs exist and other creatures exist in inner Earth, okay? Space is not space, it's water, all right? Shit like that, and I will sit and watch the people who are sitting here. When I start talking about these things, the number goes down. So people turn off when they hear things that is not considered normal, okay? And Azazel did this all the time. So when I talk about stuff like that, I notice people just tend to shut down, okay? It is what it is. That's programming. You know what I'm saying? That's programming. Here is what he said in his book. He says, I might have shown this before. If I did, just let me know. This is called Occult Secrets. Okay, look at what he says here. The fear of death is based on the terror of final rendering processes in the act of death itself, or of the unknown and indefinable, doubt as to immortality, unhappiness at leaving loved ones behind or being left behind, ancient reaction to past violent deaths lying deep in the subconscious, clinging to form life because primarily identified with it in the consciousness, old teachings as to heaven and hell, both equally unpleasant in prospect to certain types. Okay, the release of the soul through disease and death is not necessarily an unhappy occurrence. Disease is sometimes incident upon and part of the process of withdrawal of the soul from its habitation. This we call death, and it can quickly and unexpectedly occur when the soul withdraws with suddenness from the body. Or death can spread itself over a long period of time, and the soul may take several months or years for a slow and gradual emergence from the body, with the body dying by inches all the time. Disease can be gradual, a slow process of dying and thus releasing the soul. When it's sudden, the person generally doesn't know it. Okay. See the movie. I just watched this movie. I enjoy it every single time. Ghost. Y'all remember Ghost? With Whoopi Goldberg, Demi Moore, Patrick Swayze. Okay. That's a great example of what happens if you're taken suddenly. They say, and the ancients believe this, that sleep is the cousin that's the nearest to death that you will ever be while you're alive, is when you are asleep. This is why some occultists, they attack other occultists when they think they're asleep. This is why it's so important to protect yourself at all times, okay? Occultists worth their weight will actually do that. They will attack you when they think you're asleep, okay? I was always told that space is like the ocean, which is why they put the astronauts into deep water training, because the pressure is the same. Great point. Thank you. Great point. I knew a friend of mine is kind of a lost cause when she told me she had to go and get a top up, referring to the jab booster. There's so many people. There's still people walking around masked up. I see too, because the view count dropped in real time on this live. It was about 20 people, dropped down to 11 right now, and it's still dropping. It happens every single time, every time. Okay. It is what it is. When you start talking about stuff that people have not heard before and they're programmed to believe is not true or just fantastic, or it sounds made up, They become uninterested. All right? Uninterested. It is what it is. How do you fight against something as powerful as mind control? How? How, Sway? Space is like water. That's not even a conspiracy theory. They said it was that. That's why, like Moore said, they do training in water. Exactly. Also, look how energy travels in space so well, like it does in water on Earth. Most of our power lines are in the ocean underwater. Sleep is the cousin of death. You got those 3 books? That's what's up. That is what's up. Do you also have this one? This one is called the Thai tree. Giselle actually started getting into the science of trees. Okay, look at what the descriptions of black is: jet, ebony, sable, inky, sooty, pitch black, and raven. Okay. What if your food had no color or air was without the color clear? What if you couldn't determine the color of your shit or the amount of melanin on your skin? These are just examples of the importance of color or tone. We all know that speech has a tone of voice, which determines the intent of the message. Since we see a tenth of the importance of color in nature, we understand that there's a market for those who can cultivate and merchant it. Color can be harvested in many ways today, but when we look at the history of color, we find that color was harvested in some of the most ingenuous ways. Black is called a non-color, like that of white, both having a very different history. Black actually is absorbent of color and heat, making black the embodiment of all colors alike. White, on the other hand, is reflective and causes light, color, and heat to bounce off. The great alchemists who first discovered the various processes set the stage for world direction by creating such things as pencils, pens, ink, paint, dyes, etc., which in turn set the stage for Moorish wealth. One Moorish bloodline that became wealthy was the Windsors, Saxe, Coburg, Gotha. The Windsors were the first colored men. Okay. People don't want to go this far back into history to learn nothing. Okay? Not a damn thing. In Obeah, we use water a lot because water is what believed that birthed the universe. The primordial waters is what birthed Asaya and Nayang. I can't pronounce those words. That's why we always speak to water. Water is a living thing. Yes. I've always been into aliens discussions. I remember back in grade school, one of my buddies and I used to just talk about those. Talks don't run me away. They just some of the most powerful and influential element, and it holds dark and light energy very well. The strongest curses and dominance work are done with water, not fire. Alien Nation and Stargate was what I was watching while everyone else was watching WWF. Let's not forget V for visitors. Yeah. Also, water is good for curses that they do on us because it's not like fire. It's a slow and almost undetectable thing. Water can be actually programmed. Since we're on the topic of water, it can be programmed. Before you drink it, program it. You speak to it. Oh yeah, Alfred Hitchcock, Watch with My Mom. Okay. Like I said, the mind control, it runs deep, y'all. It runs deep. I could do a whole live like this on that alone, and it would take up 2-3 hours. Okay. People are still scared of magic. They're still scared of it. All right. They don't want to support magic. They like talking about it. They like seeing other people express it. Most people do not want to learn it, not for real. I have yet to be proven wrong on this point. You know, I grew up in a Catholic school, Catholic church. So the deprogramming took me a long time, a very long time. Okay. I know how hard deprogramming is. I want to put mind control torture on an MP4 format and sell it, but I don't know. Most people are not ready for that kind of information. Okay. Notice Kanye West and the speaking of Kanye West, that was how many years ago? 11 years ago, 13 years ago. Wait, 2005. So it was about, can't remember. It was some years ago. It was over 10 years ago. It was this where he said George Bush don't care about Black people. That came up in my memories today. Kanye West and the Weekend concert a while back was a water sigil, and it was raining, and the song was about water. Remember, they manifested a hurricane at their concert. I am unaware of that concert, so I can't really speak to it. It's Quantum Leap, Stargate SG-1. I still need to get into Sliders. The Elder did stress that particular show. You know what I mean? I think this is going to be it for today. Good. Like I said, you know, people can get up here and talk for hours. I'm just not one of them people. I try. I just, you know. So we'll be back next week. And I really don't get into the celebrity things. These people that they put out and they say that, you know, this is who you should be looking up to. And I just don't put any effort. But it was my wife who said to me, stay on topic. What is your channel about? Your topic is about magic, bringing magic to the masses. Okay? Magic to, even with me saying that, very few people really show genuine interest. Okay. The people who asked me to do a voodoo magic class to teach it, they all dropped out of it. You know what I mean? It's the work that people don't want to get into. And I'm not coming down on anybody. It just is what it is. And some people actually do not have the talent to do it. Okay? Not everyone has the talent to do it. I wish people would be more honest about that too. Sliders was dope. And I have them. I just need to watch them. Yeah, I knew them Catholic school, and I was an altar boy. Hang my head in shame. I was an altar boy, y'all. I was all into church. I would get up early in the morning before school to make like the 6 o'clock mass. That's how much I was into the religion. It would be me and, you know, one of the nuns, and we'd be the only ones at mass early in the morning before school. I used to do shit like that. That's how much I was into it. And I wanted my soul to be saved. That programming runs deep. By the way, Catholics and Catholicism, they do magic. Yes, they do. All right. So, yeah, fans who went talked about how creepy it was after a while, because the most they sang about water, the worse the weather got. Really? I need to look that up. Sliders was one of your favorite sci-fi TV? I gotta see it. I have it. I just need to watch it. When people got aerial shots with a drone, people saw that the stage was set up as a water sigil in the shape of a spiral for mind control. People said they were stuck in trance and couldn't get out of it. Donna, if you can email me that information on where I can find it, I would greatly appreciate it. Seventh-day Adventists, yes. Right. Exactly why they didn't put Catholicism on us like that. They perform magic. I was always curious and into magic as a kid. I just wasn't allowed to explore. That's a fact. There is Catholic channel I follow because I was fascinated, and they do rituals all the time. Why? One of the most fearsome grimoires that exist. One of the most fearsome grimoires that exist. The same publisher published Papal Magick, Papal. Okay, Magick in the Catholic Church. Why would they do that? All right, why? Same person who published the Bible or wrote or whatever, edited, whatever. King James wrote a book on demonology. Why? All right, y'all. That's going to be it for today. I will see y'all next week. I hope that y'all have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me, and thanks for your input and your interaction. Okay. Got baptized in 1992, got out in that water and called it some bullshit. And Kanye was asking people to give him energy. It was so obvious. I need to see that. I really need to see that. I never even heard of that. I felt nothing while everyone around me was crying. Okay. Thank y'all for joining me. That's going to be it for today. As usual, I still didn't get to everything I want, but I'll try and do it next time. I don't know if I want to continue talking about mind control because so much is put out already and people still don't read. So it is what it is. Have a great weekend. I am the undeniable, the mystical, magical, the enigmatic, the charismatic, Magick LaCroix. There's only one. I will see y'all next time. As always, namaste. Peace, y'all.